Good morning. My name is Maureen Chung. Welcome to Devotional 2024, Series 5-3. The Bible passage is 2 Kings chapter 5, verse 19b to 27, and the title is Cheating God. After Naaman had traveled some distance, Gehazi, the servant of Elisha, the man of God, said to himself, "My master was too easy on Naaman, this Aramean, by not accepting from him what he brought. As surely as the Lord lives, I will run after him and get something from him." So Gehazi hurried after Naaman. When Naaman saw him running toward him, he got down from the chariot to meet him. "Is everything all right?" he asked. "Everything is all right," Gehazi answered. "My master sent me to say, 2 young men from the company of the prophets have just come to me from the hill country of Ephraim. Please give them a talent of silver and 2 sets of clothing." "By all means, take 2 talents, said Naaman. He urged Gehazi to accept them, and then tied up the 2 talents of silver in 2 bags with 2 sets of clothing. He gave them to 2 of his servants, and they carried them ahead of Gehazi. When Gehazi came to the hill, he took the things from the servants and put them away in the house. He sent the men away, and they left. When he went in and stood before his master, Elisha asked him, "Where have you been, Gehazi?" "Your servant didn't go anywhere," Gehazi answered. But Elisha said to him, "Was not my spirit with you when the man got down from his chariot to meet you? Is this the time to take money or to accept clothes, or olive groves and vineyards, or flocks and herds, or male and female slaves? Naaman's leprosy will cling to you and to your descendants forever." Then Gehazi went from Elisha's presence, and his skin was leprous. It had become as white as snow. During the time of the prophet Elisha, who served from 848 to 797 BC, the northern kingdom of Israel was weak, while her neighbor Aram was strong. Aram's territory roughly coincided with modern-day Syria. Naaman, the victorious commander of the army of the king of Aram, had an incurable skin disease. The Jewish slave girl of Naaman's wife recommended him to seek healing from the prophet Elisha in Israel. With the approval from the king of Aram, Naaman brought with him expensive gifts: 750 pounds or 340 kilograms of silver, 150 pounds or 69 kilograms of gold, and 10 sets of clothing. Naaman was sincere in seeking healing from a prophet in Israel whom he had never met. But Elisha didn't meet with Naaman in person. Instead, he sent his messenger to give an unusual prescription. "Go, wash yourself 7 times in the Jordan, and your flesh will be restored, and you will be cleansed." Verse 10. And Naaman struggled with his pride at this apparent disrespect. However, when Naaman obeyed the instruction, he was completely healed. Naaman confessed, "Now I know that there is no God in all the world except in Israel. So please accept a gift from your servant." Verse 15. Elisha turned down the gift and sent Naaman home to Aram. Today's story continues. Gehazi, the servant of Elisha, became greedy. He hurried after Naaman and lied. saying, "My master sent me to say, 2 young men from the company of the prophets have just come to me from the hill country of Ephraim. Please give them a talent of silver and 2 sets of clothing." Verse 22. 1 talent of silver amounts to 75 pounds or 34 kilograms. It is only 1/10 of the amount of silver that Naaman had brought. The 2 sets of clothing that Gehazi asked for were only 2 out of 10 sets of clothing that Naaman had brought. Gehazi didn't ask for any of the gold. Gehazi was greedy, but he could have been even more greedy. Nonetheless, Naaman urged him to take 2 talents of silver in total. Naaman had to send 2 of his servants to carry the heavy load for Gehazi on his homeward journey. It was bad for Gehazi to succumb to greed. It was wrong for Gehazi to lie. On top of these, he exploited the goodwill of Naaman, who was now healed by God's miracle. God primarily deserved the tribute, not man. Even Elisha would not receive the tribute for himself by putting a price on God's grace. Gehazi thought differently. My master was too easy on Naaman, he thought. Verse 20. With his action, he cheated God. How does this story apply to my life? How much is my salvation and deliverance worth to me? It is priceless. When I say priceless, I don't mean price zero, but I mean price infinite. Countless, astronomical. It is not something that money can buy. It demands my lifelong worship and thanksgiving. It is the same for all my fellow Christians. Their salvation and deliverance are priceless. If someone wants to pay me for whatever I have done for them in the name of Christ, Jesus my Lord, I must not take that gift as if it is my price. Their thanksgiving belongs to God. If I expect a reward for my act of kindness and grace, I am cheating God. What is pleasing to me is their devotion to God and their worship of God. I must not be a Gehazi. I should learn from Elisha. Later, when Gehazi stood before Elisha, he claimed to have been nowhere. He lied again. But the all-knowing God revealed to Elisha that Gehazi had met Naaman at his chariot and had taken money and clothing from him. No one can cheat God. The judgment on Gehazi was horrendous. Naaman's leprosy will cling to you and to your descendants forever. Verse 27. Indeed, God afflicted Gehazi with leprosy. In Old Testament times, there were occasions when whole families were punished together. In the case of Korah, who led a rebellion against Moses, the earth opened and swallowed all Korah's family and their possessions, recorded in Numbers chapter 16, verse 31. In the case of Achan, who stole some items from the city that God commanded them to totally destroy, all of Achan's family and their possessions were stoned and burned. Joshua chapter 7, verse 24 to 25. But Ezekiel chapter 18, verse 20 also says, the one who sins is the one who will die. The child will not share the guilt of the parent, nor will the parent share the guilt of the child. The righteousness of the righteous will be credited to them, and the wickedness of the wicked will be charged against them. Thus we conclude, divine retribution falls on those who sin, but there is always room for repentance. Did Korah's family members condone his sin? Did Achan's family members condone his sin? Did Gehazi's children condone his sin? We don't know. All I can do is to trust in God's righteousness and justice. God knows who is cheating him. I have learned that cheating God is not a minor thing. If I exploit the goodwill of those who worship God for my own gain, I am cheating God. As God's servant, I must direct all gifts of thanks to him. I must not take a commission, no matter how small. The temptation of greed or covetousness is real. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. This is the Lord's Prayer as recorded in Matthew chapter 6, verse 13. This too is my constant prayer. Amen. Thanks for joining me, my friends, and beware of this. Do not cheat God. He knows. May God bless you all with his love and grace. See you tomorrow. Please like and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to get new video updates. Thank you.